We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. On today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Pex Peppers, it is the Atom Splitter Tropical Douglas 7-pot hot sauce. And so I thought I was kind of done with Pex, and then I came across sort of an impromptu sale for these, and so I picked up one that was a barbecue sauce, and the video for that either is up already or will be coming shortly. And hold on. Consume at your own risk. It's tasty. They're not responsible for any misuse. I do like that they are adding what to pair it with, which is white meat and vegetarian dishes. Consume responsibly and so on. So we're not actually putting it on white meats, and white meats it's okay-ish on. Vegetarian dishes I don't really eat, so I can't speak to that. But so we've got Douglas chiles, apple cider vinegar, mango, guava puree, and agave nectar. So very tropical. I thought I was done with them, so I got the barbecue sauce because I hadn't done one of those. Like I said, you can look for that video. I believe that'll be in the everything else playlist. But this one, so I happen to be in a mystery with the 7-pot Douglas that the chocolate plague started from Pucker Butt, and you can check out that video if you're interested. But the pepper was, that sauce is super sour, like inedibly sour for me. And then I got something else with Douglas in it, and I'm like, well, this is sour also. And that was the High Desert, one of the sauces from them. There's a review in the full sauce playlist if you're interested in that. And this was another one that I got because I thought, okay, I'll try different sauces from different companies and see if it was just the chocolate plague or if that is just endemic to the pepper itself. So that was why I picked this up. And I do have some conclusions on that. Some of those I've gotten into a little bit in the written review. Link to that is available in the description down below if you're interested. But let's take a look at this first. Obviously, this is a very Douglas are super hot. That's why the warning. But obviously, a very intensely chili heavy sauce. Very thick, very chunky. It's this very beautiful red. It's a gorgeous red. This reminds me actually of sort of a cross between, in a lot of ways actually, sort of a cross between the chocolate plague from Pucker Butt and the Karma's Ashes to Ashes in terms of color. It is certainly nowhere near as tasty though as Ashes to Ashes. And not to give too much away, but let's get into that and just get going. Probably not responsible. It is bitter, it is sour, but it is tempered somewhat by all the sweetness and all the fruit in there. Neither of which chocolate plague has. But it is not sweet enough. It is still intensely sour. It's super hot. No question about that. So chili head territory only for that. And Burger King's got this thing right now where you get 2 Whopper Jr.s for $5. So I got 2. I like the idea of sweet super hots on burgers. I think it pairs super well. And we've got one that is a Whopper Jr., hopefully with no cheese. Hopefully with no onions. What am I saying? With cheese, without onions. Looks good. Punchy. All right, there's that. And this one, Whopper Bacon Jr. with cheese and no onions, hopefully. Okay, good. Okie doke, let's start with the Whopper Jr. with cheese only. So this isn't quite sweet enough and the pepper is too sour to work super, super well here. Very, very punchy though, for sure. Very clearly we're deep in a super hot territory with the Douglas. I don't know where it ranks in terms of heat. I do know it's not one I'll be seeking out anymore. I've answered the question of, is it a sour pepper? And that is in the affirmative. I'm not a big fan of sour in my hot sauces. I think the high desert worked the best with that pepper so far. And it's not like, I mean, Scorpion and Fatali, I don't seek those out either, but I don't necessarily turn away from them. That's probably where this is going to go in that category. And I'll probably use it as a tolerance builder. I tend to let my tolerance lapse a little bit in the summers usually. All right, with the bacon, oh, I got a mouthful of sauce here. That was sour. Ugh. It's not bad on burgers. It's not great either, though. It's a sauce that this will take me quite a while to get through because I have to use it so sparingly because it's not repellent on the level that the chocolate plague was for me, but it is also a taste I just get rapidly tired of. I wish these tomatoes were more ripe. That's not helping. What is helping though is the smokiness, not bacon. I think this has some potential actually to be a pretty decent sauce. It isn't what I would say is right now, but if it was made sweeter, much sweeter, I think that would go a long way. Maybe add in some papaya or pineapple and more sugar. I'm happy to say that the apple cider vinegar is not reading through particularly. That's good. And Burger King, man, they're trying to win me back. Actually doing things correct in the drive-thru for a change. 2 for $5 of these little Whopper Juniors. Not a bad deal. Okay, so where are we at on this? Definitely chili head only territory. 7-pot Douglas is not, or maybe it was the Bootla that was in the plague. I forget. Anyway, so the Douglas is not a pepper that I feel like comes up in conversation a lot within the chili head community. It is generally Ghosties, Reaper, maybe Scorpion, Pepper X, I guess now a little bit more. 7-pot Primos, just those pretty much. You know, the Fatales and the Douglas and some of the other ones. Like, I think people are aware of them. They just don't come up a lot. And I can kind of see why, because this is nowhere near as accessible, I feel, as those other peppers are. It is for different reasons, but I would put it in that, like I said, that category of Fatales and Scorpions, where I'm not really going to be interested in seeking out sauces with that in it anymore. Like I've had enough to come to the conclusion I was trying to figure out. And so at this point, I'm like, that is resolved in my mind. Not to say I'll turn away from those, but as far as this sauce itself, it's yet another one from Pex that I feel is, so many of the sauces I feel are just like right on the verge of being there. They just don't go far enough in the direction that I think they should be going in. This one, like I said, if it was sweeter, this would be a much, much more palatable sauce. As it is, I would say it's more okay-ish. That's kind of where I put this one. It's not awful. I'm gonna finish the bottle. I'm not gonna chuck it. But at the same time, I don't find it super enjoyable either. Just, again, I don't like really floury peppers. I don't like really sour peppers. And this is definitely one of the latter as far as that goes. So, but it was an interesting experiment, kind of kicking around the Douglas. I didn't have a lot of experience with them. It's always fun as a chili head to learn and to experience, you know, new chilies that you haven't come across a lot before. And this was certainly fun as far as that goes. But yeah, if you like sour super hots way more than I do, I think this is probably worth giving a go, because I think you probably like it quite a bit better than I did. For me, it just needs to be a lot sweeter, but I did like it better than the chocolate plague. So there it is for whatever that's worth. But we'll just call it there. That was the Pex Peppers Addendum Splitter Hot Sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.